Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Once upon a time, there were 3 bears who lived in a house in a wood. Father Bear was a very big bear. Mother Bear was a medium-sized bear. And Baby Bear was just a tiny little bear. One morning, Mother Bear cooked some porridge for breakfast. She put it into 3 bowls. There was a very big bowl for Father Bear, a medium-sized bowl for Mama Bear, and a tiny little bowl for Baby Bear. The porridge was very hot, so the 3 bears went for a walk in the wood while it was cooling down. At the edge of the wood, in another little house, there lived a little girl. Her golden hair was so long that she could sit on it, and everyone called her Goldilocks. That morning, Goldilocks was walking in the wood. Soon she came to the little house where the 3 bears lived. The door was open, and she peeped inside. No one was there, so Goldilocks walked in, which was a very naughty thing to do. She saw the 3 bowls of porridge on the table. Goldilocks felt so hungry that she tasted the porridge in the very big bowl, but it was too hot. Next she tasted the porridge in the medium-sized bowl. That was too lumpy. But when she tasted the porridge in the tiny little bowl, it was just right, and Goldilocks ate it all up. Then Goldilocks saw 3 chairs. There was a very big chair, a medium-sized chair, and a tiny little chair. She sat in the very big chair, but it was too high. She sat in the medium chair, but it was too hard. Then she sat in the tiny little chair. That was just right. But the tiny little chair wasn't strong enough to hold Goldilocks. It began to crack, and then it broke, and Goldilocks landed with a bump on the floor. Goldilocks picked herself up and went to see what else she could find. She went upstairs and looked into the bedroom. There she saw 3 beds. There was a very big bed, a medium-sized bed, and a tiny bed. Goldilocks climbed up onto the very big bed, but it was too hard. She tried the medium-sized bed. It was too soft. Then she lay down on the tiny little bed. That was just right, and soon Goldilocks was fast asleep. After a while, the 3 bears came home for breakfast. Father Bear looked at his very big bowl and said in a loud voice, "Someone's been eating my porridge." Then Mother Bear looked at her medium-sized bowl. "Someone's been eating my porridge," she said in a medium-sized voice. Baby Bear looked at his tiny little bowl. "Someone's been eating my porridge, and they've eaten it all up," he cried in a tiny little voice. The 3 bears looked round the room. Father Bear looked at his very big chair. "Someone's been sitting in my chair," he said in a very loud voice. Mother Bear looked at her medium-sized chair. "Someone's been sitting in my chair," she said in a medium-sized voice. Baby Bear looked at his tiny chair. "Someone's been sitting in my chair, and they've broken it," he cried in a tiny little voice. Then the 3 bears went upstairs, into the bedroom. Father Bear looked at his very big bed. "Someone's been lying on my bed," he roared. Mother Bear looked at her medium-sized bed. "Someone's been lying on my bed," she said in a medium-sized voice. Baby Bear looked at his tiny little bed. "Here she is," he cried, making his tiny little voice as loud as he could. "Here is the naughty little girl who's eaten my porridge and broken my chair. Here she is." At the sound of their voices, Goldilocks woke up. When she saw the 3 bears, she was so frightened that she jumped out of bed, ran down the stairs, out of the house, and into the wood, as fast as she could. By the time the 3 bears reached the front door, Goldilocks was gone. From that day on, the 3 bears never saw Goldilocks again, and they lived happily ever after. The end.